Good morning if you are in Asia, and good evening if you are in America, and you're maybe not sleeping if you're in Europe. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Puppet Podcast. I'm Caroline, Caro BD, and I'm in Montreal, Canada, doing this amazing international podcast connecting with puppeteers from all around the world. And we are at episode 64. My God, it's going so fast. We met more and more people, and people ask to be part of the show. It's so a funny sensation to have like call from India, from Australia, from all over. And just as we are a niche of puppeteers, we connect all together in this weird time, but we will reinvent and do our job and put this light life stuff out there in social media and everything. So thank you for joining, and I'm really happy that we multiple the channel. We are now on Twitter and on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram and at the same time, and it's so cool. So feel free to write in the chat where you are, from where you're watching. It's always really interesting to see. And if you have any question during the interview, feel free to put it into the chat also. So I want to have a little announcement before we go into the interview, because we have this Patreon workshop that we do every month. And now we grow. We want to do 2 workshops a month. One about the promotion and the job and online stuff, and more the online aspect of our new way of doing puppetry. But another one also on building, because a lot of people are really interested about tricks and tips about how to build a puppet. So we will have on September 20, the wonderful, if you haven't seen his interview, it's Leonardo Del Valle. Leo Del Valle, he will do an amazing workshop about how to bring more life to your character using the right materials. So we will do a workshop about the eyes, how it's important, the nose and the hair, and how of those aspects of a puppet to make it really cool. And it's quite of a guy who have a journey into puppetry, because he have his own channel and he have built this with other partners, but he have made that growing to 90,000 subscribers with his crew. So it's really something, and we really want to have him in the show and sharing his knowledge about that. So yeah, that was my little announcement before we connect with our first Asian ventriloquist to the Puppet Podcast. Everyone, please welcome in the screen, Mr. Wanlu.
Hi everyone. Hi Caroline.
Yeah, thank you for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me. It's such a big honor for me to be part of the show.
Yeah, you are the first of your kind representing ventriloquists and Asian culture. And yeah, I'm so happy to connect with Philippine, and yeah, to talk about puppetry. How is
That's
it over
right. I'm
there?
wearing my colors. This is the Philippine flag. So I'd like to say hello to all our Filipino friends who are watching right now. We have a few watching already.
So cool, so cool. And it's the morning, so they watch with the coffee as we watch with the glass of water or tea before going to bed. So
Right. It's
cool.
early morning in the Philippines. I understand it's late evening, or is it early evening in Canada?
It's 8 in the evening. So
Oh, 8 in the evening in Canada. All right. Cool.
yes, so cool. Yeah, I want you to introduce yourself to the people who maybe don't know your background. I put a little quote below your image, but I
Right.
want you to promote and say what you are doing in ventriloquism.
Okay. Well, my name is Juan Lulunaria. I'm a ventriloquist, but also I'd like to call myself a puppeteer, because aside from ventriloquism, I do marionettes. I perform with marionettes as well. So
Mm-hmm.
aside from puppetry and aside from ventriloquism and marionettes, I also do a little bit of magic, and I perform for children, kiddie parties, events, and basically I am a an advocate of Philippine puppetry in general.
Whoa, that's a statement. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Caroline, the Philippines compared to our ASEAN neighbors. ASEAN is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. 10 countries: Singapore, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Laos, Brunei, and the Philippines. 10 countries. The
Mm.
Philippines, aside from Brunei, is the only country that doesn't have its own puppetry art. We don't have our own
Mm.
compared to Vietnam and Thailand and
Yeah.
Indonesia. They have a very, very rich puppetry culture. But the Philippines, we don't have that culture. But when I say I'm an advocate of Philippine puppetry, I mean we would like to show the world, we would like to show everyone that Filipinos can very good puppeteers as well. Not
Yeah.
as good as other puppeteers from other parts of the world, but we try. We try to use puppetry the best way that we can.
Yeah, that's perfect because that's the job. It's to try and do it and go out there, and that's really part of it. We need to create our job into puppetry.
That's so true.
Yeah, so I want to know the why. I'm always curious about what makes the art of puppetry an art that you cherish.
Well, I love the art of puppetry because I use it. It's very effective in teaching children, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a very effective tool for entertainment. And when I say entertainment, just not just entertaining other people in events and parties, but I also entertain my own children, my neighbors, and most of all, I entertain myself, especially now that it's pandemic, not a lot of things to do, but puppetry keeps me busy and puppetry keeps me entertained, even if I'm just alone in a room with a puppet. I tend to be creative when I'm holding a puppet and practically talking to myself, but with a tool. Okay, so I love it because of the effect it has on other people.
Yes, that's so true. That it's a strong effect, like the puppet create in an audience, and yeah, I really agree with this statement.
Yes, not only that, Caroline. I joined a Philippine talent contest about 10 years ago. And a lot of people think I'm in the celebrity status in the Philippines because of that contest. But that's not true. If I go to a mall, if I go to a public place, nobody knows me. But the
Yeah.
minute I bring out the puppet, hey, that's Wanlu. So the point is, they don't know me if I'm by myself. They only know me if I'm with the puppet.
That's good. You're linked with it now. Puppet
Yeah,
and
so I
you.
tell them I am not the celebrity. It's the puppet who's the star. I'm just the one carrying him around. I'm just the assistant of the puppet. It's the puppet who's the star.
That's a good way to name it and see it. And I want to have an anecdote. I'm always curious about when your crush for puppetry happened.
When? Oh, okay. Well, I started entertaining children in parties and events, grown-ups as well, in 1988. But I was a magician in 1988. Please don't ask me how old I am. I'm kind of old. But wait a minute. I started in 1988 doing magic, but in 2005 in Manila, I felt that there's so many magicians already doing the same thing, and So by 2007, 2008, I started adding ventriloquism to my repertoire. And by 2012, I added marionettes. And
Mm.
basically, that's how my love and crush for puppetry started. I wanted to be different, a different kind of entertainer, so I added ventriloquism and eventually marionettes on my act.
Yeah. And it's kind of linked to magic because, you know, the ventriloquist don't show that is his voice. And it's really funny how it's connected.
Yeah, well, and puppetry is so strong, Caroline, that I eventually took out, for example, in a 45-minute act. It used to be a 45-minute magic show. And
Uh-huh.
then when I added puppetry, it's a 30-minute magic show, 15-minute puppet show. Now
Oh.
it's 5 minutes of magic and 40 minutes of puppetry. So magic is now just a little part of the act that I have.
Yeah, so that's really really cool to see that, and I just get the note that everyone who are watching, please feel free to write where you are watching, from where you are watching right now. It's always good for Wanlu and me to know who is watching right now. So
Right.
yeah, my next question is about the training. Like, in your opinion, what would be the best field of study to become a puppeteer?
Field of study, as in school? Because
Yeah,
if
or
it's in
maybe you have another vision of the training.
I see. If it's in school, I guess theater arts would be perfect because,
Hmm.
like for example, in ventriloquism, in magic they have this thing. They say a magician is an actor playing the role of a magician. I believe a ventriloquist is also an actor playing the role of a ventriloquist. So theater arts would be very, very helpful because in ventriloquism, you act like you're talking to a different person, a different, a different persona other than yours. So you also act like you don't know what the puppet is about to say. So it's basically a lot of acting and ventriloquism. So theater
Uh-huh.
arts would be nice, but this is kind of, I don't know if we can call it weird or crazy, but I just realized accountancy could be very effective, and yeah, and engineering could also be very effective. You know why? Engineering can help you build puppets, and accountancy can probably help you think of a lot of ideas in puppetry.
Yeah.
Just a wild thought.
That's true. It's linked to other field of study for sure. We have to know things on building, and yeah, I agree.
Right, right.
Yeah, and do you have your definition of a puppet? Let's say when a kid asks you, or and someone from the family, like how you define in your own word a puppet.
In my own words, I think something inanimate turned or something inanimate turned animated is a form of puppetry. Like
Yeah.
even if it's just a hanky or anything not alive, as soon as you give it the illusion of life, then it becomes a puppet.
Yes. That's the basic, and it's so powerful also.
Yeah,
And
well, children will always be fascinated with puppets. To be honest with you, not a single child has asked me the definition of a puppet. Maybe after this podcast, more children will be interested
what's
in
this?
puppetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. And how
Yes.
does it work? It's always how does it work? How does he
Mhm.
talk? How does he move? Children are
Yeah.
fascinated with puppetry movements and, of course, the secrets of ventriloquism.
Yeah, do you give sometime your secrets, or it's something magic like a magician, you don't give the tricks?
Uh, well, Caroline, I'm not a very good ventriloquist. I mean, I'm not the type like Jeff Dunham and Terry Frater. Their lips hardly move. So when you watch me, it's not really a big mystery how the puppet talks. If you understand what I mean, it's not a big mystery. I'm not that good, but I am proud of. Maybe I can say my legacy in ventriloquism, especially in the country, because with the help of a few good friends of mine, my mentor, Oni Carcamo, he's the one who taught me how to do ventriloquism. With his help, I can say that we have a legacy promoting the art of ventriloquism in the country.
Yeah, because you are, as you said, known into the area, but has it's part of the success also to keep secret, but at the same time, yeah, you could promote what you're doing, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Speaking of promotion, not a lot of ventriloquists go to puppetry festivals.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Not a lot. In
Mhm.
fact, I've been going to international puppetry festivals since 2011, 2011. And since then, I've only seen just one ventriloquist aside from myself. And
Ah,
it's been a lot of festivals. I've been in Thailand 9 times, in Malaysia a couple of times, in Singapore a couple of times, in Japan 2 times, and only two ventriloquists in those festivals. I don't know.
yeah. You it's maybe because it's different, but at the same time it's so connected to puppetry. But that's
Yeah,
true. Maybe you have like sep- a fine tiny line between both, but let's cut it and put everyone together.
right. That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, I want to know if you feel that the art of puppetry is in an ascension right now, or is getting less popular. What is your vision on that?
Oh, well, in my country at least, it's not getting that popular in a way because on television right now there's not a single show with puppets
Hmm.
in it. So unlike last 2 years, there are several puppet shows on TV in Manila in the Philippines, but lately not a single show with puppets on it. But on the internet, a lot of
Yeah.
people are getting very interested in puppetry in my country. So I could probably, and even not just in my country, even in other countries in Southeast Asia. I think puppetry is, in a layman's point of view, I think a lot of people are getting very, very interested in puppetry. So I don't think the interest in puppetry is declining. I think it's getting more famous, although on TV not so much, but in other platforms, I guess I have to say yes, it's getting famous. It's getting more
Yeah.
popular.
I'm happy you named that, like, because that's true that we observe an ascension of other platform in our life. Like people watch sometimes more their phone than the TV. They watch more, so puppetry could have also a way into other
Right.
platforms, social media and stuff. So yeah, I have observed that we're getting more and more stuff out there, and that's
Well,
cool.
Caroline, in my country, TV is the gauge of popularity.
Hmm.
Uh, but now, because of the pandemic, it's changing. The last time I watched a TV show was, I don't know, maybe December last year. It's more of the internet. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
more of the internet now, more of podcasts and online shows. I
yeah.
think it's the new.
Yeah, and that's good to name it, that we observe from like 12 hours time zone distance, we observe the same thing.
That's true. That's so true. And this internet thing is really very, very good, very, very amazing because now, uh, despite the time difference, we're talking to each other and everybody's watching from all over the world. It's so amazing.
Yes, yes, and it's going after the live stuff is going all over, and people watching after the live. So it's really
Oh,
interesting.
that's so true. Right, right. Even after the live, it's still on,
Yeah.
and maybe. Oh, that's you made a good point, Caroline. So I'd like to say hello to my future grandchildren for watching this 20, 20, 25 years from now.
Yeah, it stayed there, and it's like a little place you can go and see good people who communicating their vision of
Right.
this wonderful art that we cherish. And I want to know your biggest purpose as a puppeteer. Like, what do you see in your career for the future?
In my career. Well, I'm hoping, Caroline. To be honest with you, the first thing I was planning about puppetry in my career is to earn money. That's just to be perfectly honest with you. It's a commercial thing. It's a livelihood thing. But now that puppetry in the Philippines is getting, well, in a way, more popular in other countries because we've represented the country quite
Hmm.
often and quite well. I think my main purpose as a puppeteer is to promote Filipino talent in puppetry. We don't have our own puppetry art, but we'd like to show the world that Filipinos can adopt, can learn, and by learning other puppetry forms from other countries, one day we can probably build something we can call our own. We can
Yeah,
combine a puppetry art from Singapore, a puppetry art from Myanmar and Thailand, combine those arts and produce something we can probably call our own. That's my vision. Something uh, to make something a puppetry art and call it Filipino puppetry art in the future, God willing.
wow, that's an amazing purpose. And that's true. Like the tradition in Asia about puppetry is so deep, and it's from a whole tradition, and it's you are surrounded with big strong culture. So
Oh
that's a good
yes,
purpose to unite.
that's so true, Caroline. In Indonesia, they do puppet shows overnight. Like a single puppet show takes 12 hours. Can you imagine that? The same thing in Myanmar and Malaysia. In Thailand, puppetry is so strong that I've been in Thailand 9 times, 9 puppetry festivals. That's how active puppeteers in Thailand is. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can do something similar in the Philippines, if not in my lifetime, maybe in the next generation. But I just want to spearhead it and try to inspire other people to do something similar.
Yes, I wish you the best on that. And it's funny because we see the sun. I think in your back is the sun coming by the window, or
Oh, is that the start? Oh no. Okay,
no?
yeah. It's almost 8:30 in the morning here, and that might be the sun on the
Yeah, it's
poster.
kind of, yeah, yeah. We see the flare of it. It's so
Oh,
cool. We are
right.
connected. And I want to know if you like, where do you see puppetry in 10 years? In your vision, in your area, where you see it will go for the future?
In 10 years, I can imagine a lot of animatronics, a lot of high-tech puppetry, but at the same time, still I can imagine a lot of, the minimalists, the puppeteers who are into the original form of puppetry.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing in 10 years there will be lots of puppetry forms, and it will be more interesting and more entertaining.
Yeah, that's good. You are a positive man, and you see the future brighter and really interesting.
Yeah, well, we're hoping everything will be fine. And as far as the pandemic is concerned, we're hoping everything will be okay in a matter of few months. But in the future, puppetry will always be puppetry. I mean, puppetry, uh, there will be other forms of entertainment, definitely, like video games and everything. but still, like now, we get to see the importance of puppetry in homes. We teach children using puppetry. As a matter of fact, I was invited in a school at OB Montessori in Manila. We on schooling in the Philippines, schools is now online. So they
Uh-huh.
added puppetry in their curriculum, meaning there will be a puppet saying hello once in a while to the children. So that's something big as far as puppetry in the Philippines is concerned, as far as myself is concerned, because I'm the one
Yeah.
doing it for them.
So cool. So at the school, it's part of the program. So it's really a good news for puppetry.
Yes, definitely good news.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear all of this, and I want to know if for the conclusion, I always like to see a puppet in front of the screen. I don't know if
Oh.
you have one ready.
Well, I have a couple of puppets. First, Caroline, let me get this. I'd like to just show you this quickly before I show you my favorite puppet. This is Kiko. Kiko,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. This is a replica of the oldest ventriloquist puppet or figure in the Philippines. This was used by one of our national artists. Uh, in the Philippines, being a national artist is the highest form of honor given to an artist in the Philippines. So one of our national artists, Manuel Conde, used this puppet in the 1930s, and this is just a replica which I got from a
wow.
good friend of mine, Sam Fuentes, and Manuel Conde's son, Mr. June Urbano. So quickly, I just want to show you part
Yeah,
of Philippine ventriloquism history. Kiko.
yeah. It's so cool. And to know that about like national artists, it's also something to know that it's a great value. I would go full house, full screen, so you will have
Yeah,
more
let me just
space.
move. Yeah, Caroline, interesting enough, there are a couple of national artists in the Philippines who are puppeteers. Manuel
Oh,
Conde, the late Manuel Conde, and Professor Amelia Bonifacio. She should be on your show because she is the mother of Philippine puppetry, and she is a national artist, and she's very good with what she does.
yeah, yeah. So you could give me the detail, her information, and I could contact her. So
Okay,
cool.
I will. I will.
So cool. And we have a friend right there, really protected.
Oh yeah, Caroline, I'd like you to meet my good buddy here. He's my nephew. His name is Nicola. Nicola, say hello. Hi, Caroline. Say
Hi,
hello.
Nicola.
Hello. Say hello
Yeah.
louder. What? Say hello louder. Hello louder.
He's a quite a good nephew, a good boy. He listen.
Yeah, he'll listen. He listens very well, and as you can see, he's well protected. Yeah, that's right, Caroline. You can never be too careful.
Yeah, because you know the 2 meter, so that's true with your uncle. But you're part of the same family, so you're okay.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? That's the problem with ventriloquism. There's no social distancing. You should be 2 meters away from me, Uncle. No, I can't. Without me, you will not move. Well, without me, you will not eat.
I'm always
Without
so
me, you
into
won't have a life. Without me, you won't have a job.
I'm fascinated with the relationship with the puppet and a ventriloquist. It's always really like nasty at some point.
Hey, Caroline, I'd like to take this opportunity to just say thank you to the one who made this
Yeah,
ventriloquist figure. Tim Cowles from the USA, and Kem Pointer, two amazing ventriloquist figure makers from the States. They made this for me about, I don't know, 11 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago. It's custom made, it's one of a kind, and Thank you, Tim and Cam from USA.
Yes, yeah, I think, and you find a good family, so they are maybe really happy about the match.
Yeah, that's so true. And you know what, Caroline? I just want to show you my talent.
Oh
Can you
yeah,
show you his talent?
yeah. I'm curious about.
All right. Before you show your talent, how old are you?
Well, I'm 7 years old.
How old are you?
7,
What do you want to be?
8.
You go to school?
Uh-huh.
Very good. You learn a lot of things in school, Nicola.
Oh yeah, Tito, Uncle Wanlu. Now I know how to write.
You know how to write.
Yeah,
What words can you write?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
How come?
well, I don't know how to read yet.
Well, Nicola, if you want to learn how to read, you should start with the alphabet.
Alphabet. I can sing the alphabet.
You can?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sing for Caroline your alphabet.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z.
If you're really talented, Nicola, sing it backwards.
A B C. What?
Sing the alphabet backwards. If you want to impress Caroline, sing it backwards.
The alphabet backwards?
Can you do it?
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N.
Don't scare her.
I'm just kidding, Caroline. Don't be scared. I'm not Chucky.
Hey, wait a minute. You're wearing a face shield.
That's right.
What do you want to tell all the children, everybody who's watching? What do you want to tell them?
Well, children, remember to always wash your hands and wash your hands every time. And speaking of time, if you had time, well, wash the dishes as well.
That's a good advice, Nicola.
Right.
What else?
Well, always, Caroline, ask all the nannies to wear face masks.
Face mask.
Yeah, especially when they go out.
Why? So they won't spread the virus?
No, so they won't spread gossips.
That's true. It's helping. No gossip.
What else?
Well, let me see. Okay, to the dads, always use alcohol for your hands and not for your kidney or liver. I mean, don't drink alcohol.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Alcohol for the hands. That's safe.
Yeah, to wash it. That's so cool. Like, Wanlu, if we want to see more of maybe Nicola and you, where we could watch your show or
Oh,
your
well,
stuff.
is it okay to promote a show? Because we do have our online show as well.
Yeah. Go
Uh,
for it.
oh, thank you, Caroline. We do have our online show, ladies and gentlemen. It's called The Puppet Stories. Uh, Puppet in Manila, in the Philippines, is spelled as PAPET. So it's The Puppet Stories. It's every Monday, 5:30 p.m. on the new channel. That's TNC. Again, Puppet Stories with Nicola and myself. 5:30 p.m. in the Philippines. 5:30 p.m. Philippine Standard Time on the new channel. I hope you can join us. On our next episode, that will be on Monday, Caroline. My guest will be my very good friend. I think he's going to be your next guest as well, Steve Axtell. What a coincidence.
Oh, yeah. I interview him tomorrow, so it's so cool.
Oh, cool. Please say hello to him because for him, we are making a special edition because of the time difference in the Philippines and in California. Yeah, so it's special edition puppet stories.
So cool. That's so cool. And yeah, everyone have a look on Wanlu stuff. And it's amazing how he creates and builds stuff. So it's really an honor to have you and Nicola too. I'm really happy to have you to the show.
Thank you, Caroline. The honor is actually ours.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually our honor to be on your show, Caroline. Thank you very much for having us. And on behalf of the Filipino ventriloquists all over the Philippines, we owe you a debt of gratitude for having us on your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So everyone, you could say bye-bye to Wanlu and yeah, we will see you soon. Yay. Thank you again. And
Okay,
yeah, oh, I remove him. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, it's always so funny. I'm a technician at the same time. So yeah, everyone, thank you for watching this wonderful interview. I'm always amazed with ventriloquism art, and it's so cool. And again, I want to promote this wonderful workshop we will do on 20 on September 20. So here, I have it. It's with Mr. Leo Del Valle from Brazil. He will do a workshop about building, so how to bring more life when you use the right material. So he will show us his talent on this, and it will be a wonderful time to talk about more the eyes, how the hair and the nose, how all of that is connected towards life into puppetry. So everyone, I wish you to stay safe and stay tuned. Tomorrow we have Axel, who will talk about also his building and company in California. So stay tuned. And we do tomorrow also a tour of a studio in UK. So have a look on all of that and have a good evening or morning, however you are. See you.